Hello, my son. How are you? It's the day before Memorial Day, May 25th, 25. Uh, I saw this. I don't know, is this an ad? At first, I thought this was an individual. Then I noticed at the bottom left here, it says Will Atkinson for Florida. So I think it's political. But I'm going to go ahead and react to this video. I actually agree with a lot of what he's saying. During this time, Florida, the rest of the nation is having a cost of living crisis for various factors. The dollar getting weaker, wages stagnating, jobs going overseas. It's a whole list of things. It's a multi-layered cake. Now, again, let me preface whatever I'm about to react and say next that I agree with damn near everything this gentleman's saying. What I don't like is politicalization, and two, he's acting as if the other side is better in this sense, which we're about to talk about that. So first, let's see what he actually has to say.
After reaching the rank of colonel in the Air Force, she's a government employee working at MacDill Air Force Base. Between us, we have 7 college degrees, including a doctorate. We're doing all right, and even we can't afford to live in Tampa. What does that say for everyone else? People are working 2 or 3 jobs just to pay the rent. Families are getting priced out of the neighborhoods that they grew up in. And what did the Florida legislature do this year? They renamed the Gulf of Mexico. They banned fluoride in water. They passed nonsense about weather control. Meanwhile, your rent's through the roof, your insurance bill looks like a second mortgage, and no one in Tallahassee seems to care. The truth is, the system is broken, and it's broken on purpose. Real estate corporations are buying up homes and turning them into Airbnbs. Insurance companies are hiding profits in shell companies and then crying poor to get state bailouts. And Republicans, they're not just letting it happen, they are helping them do it. Now, we need someone in office who's willing to fight for you. Not for corporations, not for campaign donors, but for everyday Floridians who just want a fair shot at a decent life. Because the so-called free state of Florida, it's not so free if you can't afford to live here. Let's talk about the thing that's keeping
And you know what? I think that was very well said. A few things I didn't like. So again, bravo to this gentleman, Will Atkins from Florida. As you can obviously see, Democrat. First of all, I don't know why you need to say the dig about the free state of Florida. I think it's a wonderful state, and it is the free state of Florida, if you ask me. Secondly, sir, respectfully, I wouldn't throw stones from a glass house. There's plenty of things that people could say about the Democrats voting for certain things I'm not going to repeat here, rather than handling problems like this. Now, I have heard some decent ideas from the left and the right. I've heard both the left and the right comment on this. There was something else he said I wasn't a big fan of, but again, a few things come to mind. Number one, it's 2025 at the time of this video. This has been a problem, I think, since the last, what's it, 20 years, 15 years? I think it really ramped up the last 15 years. It's getting to the point now, again, here in 2025, my son, whenever you see this, maybe far future, if YouTube's still around, it's getting to the point where it has to be multi-generational homes. And my son, you probably grow up in this, but before, when people were 18, they would just leave the house, go get an apartment, go to school, graduate, get their entry level job. They're living on their own by 18, etc., etc. Around this era, that's not true. And going forward, it's probably going to get worse and worse. And I totally agree. Again, I think everything except the digs and throwing stones from a glass house, I agree with the gentleman here. It's horrible that people of different strata have to work multiple jobs. If it's 2 people married, one person can't stay home with the children, they have to go work, and this, that, the other. 3, 4 jobs, 2 jobs, even 2 jobs are rough. That's awful. Now, the the main problem I have is not only this has been a problem for a minute, but one, this is a problem nationally. This is a problem globally. I haven't seen this be fixed. And I'll raise you this, right? Like, again, let's not throw stones from a glass house, because if it's a problem here, I know it's a problem in other places. We're going to look at one, and there's no utopia out there. It's not like there's this Democrat utopia. And again, this is not a dig towards them. I'm just saying, let's just be fair. Let's have parity here. There's no Republican utopia anywhere. There's no Democrat utopia, right? And I'll give this example real quick. Let's talk about San Francisco. I have some stats about San Francisco up, right? You have the median home prices, and this tells me two things. In San Francisco proper, it's 1.3 million. In the Bay Area, Palo Alto, Cupertino is 2 to 3 million plus. Okay, one, that tells me if you're like a school teacher, you're fudged. If you're a person who went to school, did everything right, didn't get in trouble, and see, that's what really bothers me. You do everything right, and you're still just absolutely grounded to powder by the economy. You're a teacher, you're a firefighter. I don't know. You're just something that is educated, but it's not like this getting paid $500,000 a year salary, right? Coding AI and stuff like that. You're crushed, right? Again, San Francisco proper, 1.3 million median home price. Okay, Palo Alto, Cupertino, that's the Bay Area if you're not familiar with that. 2 to 3 million plus. Okay, I saw another stat here. If the Bay Area were a country, its economy worth $1 trillion would be in the top 20 globally. All right, let me stop here. You know it, I know it, everyone knows it that understands American politics. California, the Bay Area, is liberal. You don't get more leftist liberal than the Bay Area. I don't even know. I would say traditionally, but traditionally this is a very liberal talking point. Like, hey, cost of living, wages, blah blah blah. I agree with you. I agree with them. You've had San Francisco Bay Area under your control for decades. You have CEOs and companies there off the good graces in the fertile land of San Francisco and the Bay Area made trillions. Why is it not a utopia? Why, when you go to the Bay Area, the homeless walk around like it's the Walking Dead? Crime. People smashing Teslas. Come on. Okay? So don't throw stones from a glass house. I'm naming here a place that has the money, has the means to have some type of utopia. And listen, at this point, I don't really know what the answer is outside of maybe building a gigantic Soviet style, apartment building complex that, like a school teacher can afford. Let's use that as a barometer, right? Because I don't know why at this point in time we treat the school teachers terribly in pay, but let's just say someone making 50, 60, low 70s, something like that can afford, right? But come on now. Don't start acting like your side has all the answers, because if it did, San Francisco wouldn't be the way it is today, especially being one of the top 20 places in the world that has more money than the Nordics, which the Nordics is like this liberal wet dream of how you can live so well up there. Okay, 1 trillion in the bank with all these companies, and it's one of the worst places to live in the country. California at this time had massive people leaving the last couple of years. Bunch of states grew. California shrank in population. With respect, I like what you have to say. Let's not get too partisan here.